Savannah Chrisley may have just confirmed Chrisley Knows Best is, in fact, staged and scripted. As we've previously reported, fans have always wondered if the reality TV series featuring Todd Chrisley's family was fake. Truthfully, fans of reality TV have mixed feelings about any of it actually being real. Fans and cast alike constantly blast the network TLC for heavy editing and scripting. Likewise, new concerns recently popped up about the shows within the Bachelor Nation umbrella being scripted. Now, it goes without saying a lot of this is rumors, fan theories, and speculation. Occasionally, there is even a scorned cast member that blasts a reality TV series for being scripted and staged. So, is there any truth to the fan concern that Chrisley Knows Best could be fake and / or staged? Unfortunately, it appears as if Savannah Chrisley recently confirmed fans' fears to be true via Instagram. Now, Todd Chrisley's daughter has always been pretty open about how staged her Instagram appearance is. She got candid once on Instagram that she creates a certain version of herself when she posts. Part of the reason why she's taken this approach is because of the overwhelming amount of criticism she and her family receive. Unfortunately, Savannah's Instagram post might have not been taken the way she intended. One of her followers admits they were a little surprised to see the setup behind her in the footage was actually a backdrop. The individual noted they just assumed it was a real part of one of the Chrisley homes. Other followers chimed in to agree they also just assumed the environment around Savannah in the footage was just a part of the Chrisley home. This unintended reveal just confirmed to fans that, at least, some elements of Chrisley Knows Best are staged and fake. Chrisley Knows Best fans have previously admitted learning the show was fake or staged wouldn't stop them from enjoying it. Many fans tune in to watch the series because it is a wholesome family. Likewise, the show also tends to be very, very funny. For those reasons, many fans feel that learning the show was fake or staged would never change how they felt about it, nor would it stop them from watching it. Do you think Savannah Chrisley realizes she confirmed some aspects of Chrisley Knows Best are staged with this Instagram post? Share your thoughts with us in the comments, and keep coming back for the latest on the Chrisley family. For years, Chrisley Knows Best stood as one of the most popular and polarizing reality shows on television. Audiences tuned in weekly to watch the over-the-top antics of Todd Chrisley, his wife Julie, and their glamorous, sometimes chaotic family. The show promised a front-row seat to the real lives of Nashville's most outrageous family, but fans have long wondered how real that reality truly is. Now, Savannah Chrisley, the family's outspoken daughter and podcast host, may have accidentally confirmed what skeptics have suspected all along, that Chrisley Knows Best wasn't as authentic as it seemed. The latest wave of speculation began when Savannah appeared on her Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley podcast, where she often discusses her family, fame, and the fallout from her parents' imprisonment. During an offhand comment about the family's years in front of the camera, she referred to certain moments on the show as setups, sending fans spiraling into a frenzy. The quote that ignited the internet was brief, but telling some of those scenes were just, "We had to reshoot them because things didn't go right the first time." To casual listeners, the remark may have seemed innocent, a simple behind-the-scenes tidbit about production hiccups. But to longtime fans who have defended the show's authenticity, it sounded like an admission that Chrisley Knows Best was at least partially scripted. Within hours, social media lit up with heated debate. Savannah just confirmed what we all knew. One fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "It was all fake. Every argument, every laugh." Another countered, "Every reality show has retakes. That doesn't mean it's scripted. It's just TV magic." The truth, as with most things involving the Chrisleys, appears to lie somewhere in between. From its debut in 2014, Chrisley Knows Best quickly became a ratings juggernaut for the USA Network. The premise was simple. follow a wealthy, outspoken Southern family as they navigate parenting, fame, and their extravagant lifestyle. But unlike other reality shows that leaned heavily into chaos, the Chrisleys offered something different: polished dysfunction. Todd's sarcastic one-liners, Savannah's teenage sass, and Nanny Faye's comedic interjections made the show feel like a sitcom masquerading as reality. Each episode seemed perfectly structured, with a tidy moral wrapped in witty banter. Industry insiders have long pointed out that this level of neatness is rare in unscripted television. Producers typically craft story arcs, nudge conversations in certain directions, and, when necessary, recreate moments to fit a cohesive narrative. The goal isn't deception, it's entertainment. But Savannah's recent admission added fuel to the suspicion that Chrisley Knows Best leaned heavily on the constructed side of reality. Ironically, the Chrisleys have spent years insisting that what fans see on screen is genuine. Todd Chrisley, ever the patriarch and self-proclaimed perfectionist, has repeatedly denied claims that his family's life was scripted. In one old interview, he famously stated, "What you see is who we are. We're a loud, opinionated, loving Southern family. The cameras just happen to be there." That claim has been difficult to reconcile with the family's glamorous presentation. Their homes were pristine, their conflicts often conveniently timed for season finales, and their reconciliations, complete with hugs and life lessons, seemed too perfectly choreographed to be spontaneous. Now that Savannah herself has acknowledged setups, fans are revisiting those statements with skepticism. Was Todd's confidence just another act for the cameras? To understand what Savannah may have meant, it helps to look at how reality TV is typically produced. In the industry, there's a term known as controlled reality. Producers outline storylines based on real events but ensure they play out cleanly on camera. If a conversation is too chaotic, they might ask participants to repeat it. If lighting or sound fails, a scene may be recreated entirely. According to people familiar with reality show production, even confessionals, the emotional interviews cut between scenes are often filmed weeks after the events they describe, allowing producers to subtly guide narrative tone. Savannah's mention of reshooting aligns perfectly with that approach. It doesn't necessarily mean that the Chrisleys were acting out fictional events, but it does imply that spontaneity was sometimes sacrificed for structure, and that may be what's sparking mixed reactions. Fans feel both validated and betrayed. Validated because the show's polish now makes sense, and betrayed because the supposed realness was, in fact, curated. The timing of Savannah's statement couldn't have been worse, or perhaps more revealing. The Chrisley brand has been under scrutiny since Todd and Julie were convicted on federal tax evasion and bank fraud charges in 2022. The once glamorous image of the family has been fractured by scandal, with Savannah left to care for her younger siblings and keep the family's name afloat. In that context, her comment about the show being set up feels like an unintentional peeling back of the final layer of illusion. For years, Chrisley Knows Best was the public's window into the family's perfect life, a life of wealth, humor, and faith. Now, that window looks more like a mirror reflecting the artificiality of fame itself. As one Reddit user wrote, "If the show was fake, what else about them was?" Savannah has been candid about how fame affected her growing up. She's admitted that living under constant observation was both thrilling and suffocating. In several podcast episodes, she's discussed how being in front of cameras from her teen years shaped her perception of reality itself. When you've got producers asking you to re-say something or be more emotional, you kind of lose track of what's real, she once confessed. That statement, when combined with her latest slip, paints a portrait of a young woman trying to reconcile two versions of her life, the one broadcast to millions and the one that actually unfolded off-screen. It also helps explain why so many reality stars eventually distance themselves from the genre. What begins as documenting real life often morphs into performing a version of oneself. Finely tuned for audience approval, the fan base is divided. For some, Savannah's remark confirms a long-held belief that the Chrisleys were more actors than reality subjects. One viewer commented, "I always said it was too perfect. No one's family fights that neatly." Another wrote, "I don't care if it was staged. It was funny and wholesome. That's what I tuned in for." Others, meanwhile, feel sadness, not because they were deceived, but because the illusion is gone. For nearly a decade, Chrisley Knows Best provided comfort and laughter. It was a family that bickered, teased, and ultimately loved each other. Everything audiences crave in a world filled with negativity. Even if some of it was performed, the emotions it evoked were genuine.